Hello, beautiful people. I'm Katrina Darcell. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about President Trump directing the Pentagon to prepare military options against Latin American drug cartels. I'm going through this because honestly, I want to better understand it, and hopefully, by the end, we'll all have a clearer picture of what's at stake. This topic can get really complex, especially if you're not in the military or in government circles. But it's important we all understand what's happening and why it matters. When I first heard about this, my gut reaction was, wow, this sounds extreme. The US military going after cartels? But then I thought about the lethal drugs hitting our streets, fentanyl, meth, and how deadly they are. In 2023 alone, over 100,000 Americans lost their lives to drug overdoses. That's more than the number of U.S. troops killed in Vietnam in just 1 year. When you step back, it becomes clear this isn't just a criminal justice issue. It's a national security emergency. So let's break this down and give some context. Here's the quick version. According to reports from the Wall Street Journal and Reuters, President Trump has told the Pentagon to come up with military options to target drug cartels that the U.S. has officially labeled as foreign terrorist organizations. That could mean special forces raids, precision airstrikes, expanded intelligence sharing, basically giving the U.S. and partner countries faster access to each other's information on cartel movements, and closer coordination with Mexico and other Latin American countries. Right now, this is still in the planning stage. No troops or strikes have been announced, but it's definitely a shift. It's taking what's usually handled by law enforcement and moving it into the realm of military action. If you're like me, you might be wondering whether the U.S. military has ever taken direct action against drug cartels before. Well, the answer is yes and no. The military has been involved in anti-cartel efforts before, but usually only in a support role. One of the biggest examples was Operation Just Cause in 1989. When U.S. forces went into Panama to remove Manuel Noriega, a military leader who was also deeply involved in the drug trade. That was a full-scale military invasion, but it targeted a political regime, not just a cartel. The U.S. also ran missions like Operation Snowcap in the late 80s and 90s, sending special forces into Latin America to train local units and support DEA raids. Those missions successfully disrupted drug labs and supply routes, but they didn't involve designating cartels as terrorist organizations or going after them in the way this current proposal suggests. Now let's discuss one successful operation. One successful example on a smaller scale was the capture of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman in 2016. That was a joint effort between Mexican Marines and U.S. intelligence agencies, including the DEA. What made it work? 3 key things. Number 1, intelligence sharing. They had constant information flow between U.S. and Mexican authorities. Number 2, precision targeting. The raid was planned for weeks with exact knowledge of where El Chapo would be. Number 3, coordination and secrecy. They avoided leaks by keeping the operation limited to trusted personnel. The operation didn't require U.S. boots on the ground in combat, but it showed how combining intelligence and elite units can bring down major cartel leaders. Now, let's discuss why the Pentagon thinks this could work. From the Pentagon's perspective, the thinking is this: cartels aren't just drug traffickers anymore. They are heavily armed, highly organized, and often have more firepower than local police. Treating them like terrorist organizations gives the United States more legal and tactical options. Things like drone surveillance, special forces missions, and precision strikes. The goal would be to hit their leadership, weapons stockpiles, and supply chains so hard that it disrupts their operations. It's a high-risk, high-reward approach, but history shows it can work if you have strong intelligence and partner cooperation. Here's my honest take. This is extreme, and it's not without risks, especially when it comes to Mexico's sovereignty and the possibility of a blowback. But I also know how deadly these drugs are. Fentanyl is killing tens of thousands of Americans every year. If the plan is smart, targeted, and cooperative, not just military muscle, it could save lives. But it's going to take more than just strikes. It's going to take diplomacy, trust, and constant intel. So, what do you think? Is this the right approach? Or are we opening a door we may not be able to close? Please drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this helped make sense of a complex issue, give it a like and share. I'm Katrina Darcell. Please stay safe out there, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.